Saya minta semua tolong off-kan mic dan juga video. Kita akan bermula tepat pada pukul 5 petang ini, jadi minta semua tolong bersabar ya.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dan selamat petang pada semua. Sebelum tu saya nak test, Cikgu Samuel dah ada belum? Sam? Cikgu Sam? Tak maaf ya cikgu-cikgu semua sebab Cikgu Samuel ni berada di USA. So waktu dia sekarang adalah pukul 3 pagi. Jadi saya sedang mencari Cikgu Sam. Tadi sebelum dia tidur dah buat deal. So kita sedang tunggu Cikgu Sam.
Bella. Cikgu Bella.
Ya saya.
Ada balas dalam dalam chatting Cikgu Sam. Mungkin dia tak join video lagi kot. Tapi dia ada balas, yes it's me, Cikgu Sam. Dalam chat.
Kau tak masuk lagi ni. Kau kena masuk dulu. Kau tak cakap lagi. Kau kena cakap. Kau kena mula bercakap.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, there it is, Cikgu Sam. Okay, so saya serahkan pada moderator pada petang ni. Cikgu Haliza.
Moderator minta onkan mic. Moderator onkan mic.
Okey. Okey, dah boleh.
Dah dengar.
Okey. Tadi ada orang mute kan?
Oh, I'm on. Should I just start right away? Everything okay? Monitor asyik, chat monitor asyik loading je. Got no idea.
Assalamualaikum.
Got no idea. Alright, let's see how this works.
Assalamualaikum
I'm going to share my
warahmatullahi
screen and
dan selamat sejahtera. Okey. Terima kasih kerana bersama deh.
Hi, good morning everyone. So I
sekejap
don't know
Cikgu
how
Sam.
this works. This is my first time doing a webinar with you
Cikgu Sam,
guys.
sekejap Cikgu Sam.
Selamat pagi semua, saya Cikgu Sam and sekarang ni saya kat New York sebenarnya. Masa kat sini 5.05 pagi, 5 AM. So saya bangun awal untuk you all semua. So saya tak tahu saya nak cakap dengan siapa. So do I carry on ke? Saya nak tunggu apa ke? Saya terus jalan je.
Cikgu Haliza perkenalkan.
Just need a yes or no.
Carry on, teruskan.
Okey.
Yes, do I carry on? Do I continue? Okay, alright. I was waiting for that one. So I'm just gonna chill for a while.
Okay, Liza.
Okey, sebelum memulakan sesi perkongsian, saya suka ingatkan beberapa perkara untuk melancarkan program kita hari ini. Okey, peserta-peserta semua diingatkan untuk offkan webcam dan mikrofon. Okey, saya harap ada peserta yang membuat recording sebab kita punya admin akan buat recording dan akan share di YouTube, di channel YouTube. Okey, sesi ini juga boleh ditonton. Sesi ini juga boleh ditonton secara live dalam YouTube. Ini ialah link YouTube. Okey, selamat datang diucapkan pada Cikgu Sam. Hai. Apa khabar Cikgu Sam?
Cikgu Sam minta unmute mic.
Okey, perkenaan Okey, sebelum mulakan sesi saya kongsi sikit, saya perkenalkan sikit secara ringkas tentang Cikgu Samuel ni.
Okay, not unmuted. Oh, don't worry, it's an honor to join you, to join everybody today.
Okey, Cikgu Sam merupakan finalis Top 50 Global Teacher Prize 2020. Tahniah Cikgu Sam. Okay, Cikgu Sam juga merupakan ikon guru adiwira sempena Hari Guru peringkat kebangsaan 2019 dan ikon adiwira PAK 21. Okay, Cikgu Sam juga merupakan guru subjek bahasa Inggeris yang mengajar di SK Runcang. Masa sekarang ni Cikgu Sam sedang melanjutkan pelajaran di New York. Cikgu Sam merupakan adiwira kepada anak-anak orang asli. Okay, tanpa membuang masa dipersilakan Cikgu Sam untuk membuat perkongsian. Dipersilakan.
Okay, Cikgu Samuel, you can continue.
Okay, I think I'll start since they've already told me to start. Good morning everyone. Introduce myself first before kita mula pagi ni. Untuk saya pagi. So sekarang ni saya dekat New York. Sebabnya saya ni Fulbright scholar. So Fulbright ni satu program kedutaan Amerika Syarikat. It's an international scholarship. Dia orang banyak buat program macam buat masters, buat PhD ataupun buat research program dekat sini, dekat universiti dekat sini. So saya sampai dekat sini hujung bulan 8, dekat bulan 9 saya sampai ke sini lah tahun lepas. So itu sedikit apa yang saya buat dekat sini. And so maybe dekat hujung of this session, we can talk about applying for scholarships. International scholarships, I've had opportunities to apply for a few. I went to interviews for a few already. So if you guys are interested in applying for international scholarships, I can give you some tips and some ideas of how to do it. I think itu merupakan salah satu aspek daripada professional development lah sebagai seorang cikgu. Okay, so sebelum saya start apa-apa, I think I've already introduced yourself. Thank you bagi siapa yang bagi ucap tahniah tu, memang saya rasa terharu for the congratulations messages. It's an honor to be part of this Top 50 Global Teacher Prize. The story is long actually, why I applied, how I applied. So if I could share with you today, that'll be great. So when Haliza bagi tahu saya semalam, actually dia text saya semalam, dia kata nak buat webinar ni, saya mula-mula agak unsure nak share macam mana, because how do I put this? Certain teachers, you have a direct or you have a plan of what you want to do. Am I right? Like some of you, you join the teaching career, you'll be like, okay, in my first year saya masuk, saya nak buat masters. Lepas tu saya nak buat PhD, lepas tu macam ni, ataupun saya masuk tu saya nak buat saya punya guru cemerlang, or whatever you want to do, you have that planned out. And in time, you get your grades, in time, you join presentations, you join conferences dan benda-benda macam tu. Tapi masalah saya ni, saya sebenarnya tak ada plan sebenarnya. So that is quite weird. I never planned for all this. I never planned for any awards. I never planned to win anything. What I wanted to do basically in my 8 years semasa di Sekolah Kebangsaan Runcang. Sekolah Kebangsaan Runcang ni sekolah orang asli di mana 100% muridnya daripada bangsa Jakun, from the Jakun tribe. So saya start dekat situ Januari 2012. So bila saya masuk tu, mula-mula saya pun berfikir macam kebanyakan lah, macam saya nak start buat saya punya masters dalam masa 2 tahun. Lepas tu saya nak terus buat PhD dan sebagainya. Tapi when I got there, I saw reality, and reality was different, was very different. The school was different. Learning was different. So I didn't see a progress at all. And mula-mula saya rasa down jugalah bila saya masuk sekolah tu initially. So my plan in professional development is, I would say, different. So it could be for some of you can agree with this professional development path, I would say, that I've taken, or some of you may disagree with it, some of you can relate. So for those of you who can relate, maybe this would inspire you. So I'm going to share my screen. I've prepared some slides. Let me see. Okay, here we are. And okay, okay. So that's me. I believe we need good pedagogy to teach. I believe in the pedagogy of the heart. So this is kind of like my motto, my slogan, ever since I started teaching. The term pedagogy of the heart is not from me, actually. It's actually by a guy called Paulo Freire. He's a Brazilian philosopher, so you should check him out. He writes a lot about policy, he writes a lot about politics, about education, about what is education, what is the philosophy of education. And he writes this in a few books, there's a few series in this. Pedagogy of the heart, pedagogy of the oppressed, pedagogy of freedom. There are great books, and I really like you to read it. So for me, when I came up with this idea, I believe that teachers needed good pedagogy. Because every teacher needs good pedagogy. But most importantly, it has to come on the heart. What we believe in matters to this. So with that, my vision with the Orang Asli students and the Orang Asli community in my school was to attack these areas. I needed to bridge the gap between culture and community, policy, theory, leadership, and practice. Why? Okay, to understand why, I need to explain to all of you about the challenges about the perception and the classroom situation in orang asli schools. This is very important. I believe that whatever you're doing as a teacher, you need to have a sound knowledge about the background, about what you're doing, who you're dealing with, what is the community, what are the needs of the community, what are the needs of the students. It's not just about us teachers. Kita kadang-kadang buat benda short sendiri. A lot of times benda tu tak ada kaitan dengan kita ni student, apa yang student kita nak pun tak ada. So my development in my career started from this. Keinginan untuk mencabar persepsi. And then semakin lama, I just kept on working hard. Cikgu semua, I just kept on working hard. And then I got better. I just start working hard, I got better. I saw a need for my children, I worked hard. I knew that my children needed something, I worked hard, I got it done, and I did it for my children. So that was my motivation throughout the years. So let's look at the challenges. Okay, so here are the few challenges. We have poverty, accessibility, facilities, discrimination, language, cultural inadaptability, low school attendance, high dropout rates. So I'll just give you a brief description about what education is to a lot of orang asli children. To a lot of orang asli children, education, like the way we see it, tak sama dengan macam mana dia orang nampak. Dia orang tak nampak macam, okay, saya masuk sekolah tahun 1, tahun 2, tahun 3, tahun 4, tahun 5, tahun 6, saya ambil UPSR, lepas tu saya pergi sekolah menengah. They don't see this whole trajectory ataupun timeline untuk dia orang belajar tu. Dia orang tak nampak benda ni. Their life is completely different, and that is why bila sekolah selalu menekankan kepada prelim, selalu menekankan kepada exam based stuff, it becomes very unmeaningful. Macam maksudnya tak ada maksudnya, tak ada makna nak pergi sekolah. If I were to tell my children, budak-budak I, ataupun I cakap kat you, you nak belajar bahasa, for example, bahasa Filipino atau bahasa Philippines. You will tanya saya, Sam, kenapa? Why? Why do I need to learn the Filipino language? So it's exactly the same for my students. When I tell them you need to learn English, for them, why? There's no need for them to use it at school, at home, in the forest, with their lives. Tak ada kaitan. And syllabus kita semua kebanyakannya doesn't cater to their culture as well. So these are huge issues. Actually, I can go on talking about it for an hour, but these are huge issues. But one of the main problems that come with these issues is low school attendance and extremely high dropout rates. Kalau budak di sekolah saya, contoh I bagi, kalau budak di sekolah asli biasanya macam ni, kalau dia 100 orang murid daftar pada tahun 1, by the time they get to year 6, kita akan tinggal 40 ataupun 30. So 60% or more than 50% daripada budak yang masuk dari tahun 1 ke tahun 6 tu tak ada dah once they get there. So ini cabaran-cabaran saya, dan this is also my motivation. However, di sebalik cabaran-cabaran yang besar ni, saya tengok that the biggest problem was not the problem of facility, was not the problem of them not coming to school. The biggest problem that I saw with the children was the perception ataupun persepsi terhadap murid-murid. Okay, I lost my screen. I need to get back to my screen. Okay, yeah. So what is the perception terhadap murid-murid orang asli? Number one, not motivated, not confident, not independent, incapable, stupid, lazy. So these are stigma yang ada pada murid-murid orang asli. So bila tahun pertama saya kat sekolah tu, saya memang nampak benda ni like, wow, is this really true? You know, betul ke benda-benda ni semua? Is this really, really true? Betul ke budak-budak ni macam ni? Kenapa everybody cakap macam ni? Yang paling sedih is the community and the students themselves believe this perception. So kita ada satu psychological barrier bahawa murid-murid tu tak boleh nak lepas sebab mereka sendiri rasa mereka tak boleh. I give you one example. Masa ni, I think bila tahun kedua kita bawa murid untuk pergi bermain sukan. So antara benda pertama yang diorang akan tanya kita bila nak pergi main sukan is this. Sir, kita main dengan orang Melayu ke? Sebab bagi pendapat diorang, dunia luar tu orang Melayu, and dunia luar tu lagi bagus daripada mereka. So when they have this psychological thing in them, it's very hard to break through. So these are the challenges that I face. The perceptions and now I'm going to go at the common situation in the orang asli classroom. Let's look what happens in the classroom. So as usual, there's drilling, chalk and talk. There's no specific plan for students. There is no organized and positive learning culture. School is not meaningful, no purpose to learn English. Students are left behind. Students themselves believe negative stigma. So can you imagine how the students grow up in? So with all this that's going on, whatever that you plan, daripada awalnya mungkin kita akan rasa benda tu akan gagal already lah. Because there is no engagement with the community, the students are like that, there's no facilities. How do you break through from all these different barriers? So these are actually my motivation. This is the reason why I started coming up with programs. This is the reason why I started to do a lot of things with my kids. Is because I wanted to challenge this perception. I felt like macam orang bagi tahu dekat you atau bagi tahu dekat saya, anak you bodoh. And I felt like, no, if somebody says that my kid can't do something, I will try my best and I'm going to do it. I'm going to show it to you that my kids can do it. I'm going to prove it to you that my kids can do it. So that is how it all started. That is how my career started, I would say. And I would say that the children changed my life. They changed my perception towards what education is. What is being an educator? In Malaysia, we have different types of teachers. Like you guys here, I love what you guys do. You guys are the technology, innovative kind of teacher. Memang terbaik. Some of you guru co-curriculum, some of you ajar music, some of you do this, that. So, kita ada bermacam-macam jenis cikgu. Tapi bagi saya, mula-mula tu saya nak fokus pada satu aspek tu, saya tak boleh. Sebab apa tahu? Sebab murid saya perlukan semua aspek tu. They needed technology, they needed music, they needed fun learning, they needed 21st century learning, they needed the facilities. So I took it on myself and I said that I want to do this. I have to do this. If I don't do this, nobody was going to do it. All right? So I'm going to go to the next slide. Okay. So my main focus for the past 8 years was the first one in the light bulb ataupun mental tu yang you can see is meaningful everyday lessons. I believe that classroom teaching and learning is the number one priority. Apa yang kita buat dengan murid dalam kelas tu is the most important thing that any teacher can do. Fun fact about my school is sekolah saya tak ada bilik guru tau. So saya sebenarnya duduk kat belakang kelas. Bila saya mula-mula daftar kat sekolah ni, funny story is, saya pergi ke pejabat, saya sampai ke pejabat. Lepas tu saya tanya JPK pada masa tu, saya kat dia, cikgu, saya nak pergi mana cikgu? Lepas tu cikgu tu cakap kat saya, cikgu Sam pergilah mana-mana. Dan I was like, pergi mana? Where's the bilik guru? Tak ada bilik guru. So the good thing about this tak ada bilik guru scenario is, saya duduk kat kelas. Cikgu lain datang mengajar pun saya tengoklah, saya pantau orang pantau saya memang setiap hari. And sebab saya ada kat dalam kelas tu, saya punya relationship dengan murid-murid memang very close. I look after them almost every day. So we have that connection going on every day. Tapi lepas beberapa tahun, I think lepas 2 tahun lah. Lepas 2 tahun, saya rasa apa yang saya buat dalam classroom tu tak cukup. I realized that I needed to extend out to the community. I need to extend out to their lives. And this required me to do more than what I needed to do in the classroom itself. So maybe your students need it, maybe your students don't need it, but my students really need it because they don't have that learning environment at home. And I realized that whatever they do not have, I have to provide. So meaningful everyday lessons and programs to support these meaningful everyday lessons. I'm just going to give you a brief description ataupun penjelasan mengenai program-program yang saya buat ni dan everyday lessons yang saya buat ni. So like you can see the list here, they must feel involved, they must explore and solve problems, they must lead and assist one another to create autonomy, lessons must assist weak students, all this. This is what I do in the class every day. So these are the common strategies yang saya aplikasikan setiap hari dalam PDPC saya. So saya ajar bahasa Inggeris. So my view of teaching English is first, English is a language first. And it has to be communicative. So I speak to my kids in English all the time. Yeah, I would say all the time. Mula-mula start dalam 10%, 20% macam tu. Tapi hari-hari saya sembang dengan dia orang. Every day I chat with them in English. And yeah, if you come to my classroom and you see me teaching my kids in English, 100% you will be amazed. And I'm very sure my kids will respond back. Siapa-siapa pegawai PPD yang ada kat sini from Pekan who's been to my class, anybody who's come to my class and see me in action with my kids, you will know I'm telling you the truth. I speak to them in English almost all the time and they would respond. Kids are like sponges, I believe. Every day you communicate with them in English, they'll do that. So yeah, task-based learning, project-based learning, the 4 C's of 21st century learning, the integration of technology, the classroom, differentiation strategies is amazing. You guys should know differentiation strategies. I don't have to tell you, I think a lot of you are amazing teachers. Differentiation strategies ni perbezaan something. Yeah, perbezaan something. And then assessment ataupun pentakziran, assessment for learning. So these are the 6 core elements of what I do in the classroom. So like I said, saya akan sepintas lalu saja. Yeah, so these are some pictures, role plays, amazing. So the kids will do interviews, the kids will do storytelling sessions. One of the pictures here is one of the pictures here. This one they are doing like an interview. Yeah, this is an interview, and then there'll be like this is a slideshow presentation, like a wayang kulit thing. Yeah, this one we started doing. Then after that, we do lots of project group-based learning, talking with one another, selling items, creating stuff. This is about Kota Kinabalu, if I'm not mistaken. They were like, this is the computer shop, something. So lots of collaborative learning, lots of talking with one another. This is what we do every single day for every single lesson. Flip classroom saya buat ni, kebanyakan flip classroom kita bagi secara asasnya flip classroom is you give them the work to do at home kan. So mereka balik ke rumah, mereka pakai komputer ataupun pakai buku-buku to do it at home, lepas tu datang ke sekolah the next day dan buat bersama kan. So saya tak boleh buat macam tu sebab murid-murid saya tak ada benda-benda ni kat rumah. So apa saya kena buat, saya kena buka kelas di waktu petang and saya kena sediakan bahan-bahan tu and murid-murid akan datang, they will get satu list arahan untuk apa benda nak buat, mereka buat dalam kelas, saya pantau saja. Dan the next day saya akan mulakan sesi PDPC dengan apa yang saya buat, apa yang diorang buat hari sebelumnya. So saya flip classroom tu dalam classroom tu sendiri. So that's what I try doing. Yep. So that's basically it. Saya tak nak masuk banyak sangat dalam what I do in the classroom because it takes too much time. So I'm just going to go to transforming and creating the English language environment. So this is basically saya punya program-program sokongan, my additional intervention programs. Why? Because I realized that everyday lessons and everyday and classroom interventions were not enough, tak cukup. Apa yang saya buat dalam masa, kalau BI kita ada sejam setiap hari, 10 masa kan sepanjang minggu. So kalau sejam setiap hari, benda tu tak cukup, it's not enough. So I needed to do more and it incorporated 4 area-area ni yang saya buat. So these are my 6 main intervention programs that I started doing. The 21st century English language classroom, Asli EPEL, the originals, poetry, storytelling, sekolah pokok. So these are all elements of learning that, like I said earlier, when I saw that my students had a need, student saya ada keperluan, saya akan pergi research, saya akan pergi baca, saya akan buat perancangan, saya akan buat dengan murid-murid saya. Before this, yang lesson setiap hari tu, yang my main point of it is also planning. Planning is extremely crucial. Whatever you do, it's not just your lesson plan. Come on, your lesson plan is just a piece of document. Kalau you nak buat lesson plan tu and document tu sekadar nak memuaskan hati orang yang membaca, you tak payah buat lesson plan. You're going out of the purpose of a lesson plan. You have to be in your lesson plan. You have to plan your lesson plan for weeks, for the whole week, and each lesson, ini yang sebelum ini ya, each lesson has to relate with one another. That is the essence of a lesson plan. And reflecting is more than just you tulis dalam reflecting, you tulis 10 orang mendapat A, 10 orang buat ni, betul. No. How do you reflect? What did you do right? How did the students learn? What did they did not do well? What did they do well? You need to be observing all this. That is a lesson plan, how you plan for the lesson. So for these intervention programs also, it required lots of designing, it required lots of planning on my part, because I believe that you need to plan. If you don't plan and you don't keep your documentations or whatever you're doing, you cannot prove anything. Saya tak boleh pergi cakap dekat orang budak-budak asli saya bagus. If I'm saying my kids are good, what do I have to show? Nothing. Then what's the point? If I'm saying that my kids are empowered, if I'm saying that my kids are confident learners, but I've got nothing to show, what's the point? What is the evidence? Evidence is extremely important. I'll touch on that later. So these are the 6 areas. I'm just going to briefly tell you what they are. Okay. So 21st century English classroom 2015. 2015. So lepas saya dah buat aktiviti PDPC dalam kelas, class-based language, class-based learning, project-based learning, 21st century and all that, saya rasakan pada masa tu murid-murid saya ada satu kekurangan. Kenapa murid-murid saya tak ada apa yang budak-budak sekolah lain ada? I was very unhappy. I went to some schools and I saw that the schools were filled with facilities, filled with computers, filled with so much gadgets. And paling sedih, walaupun gadget banyak dekat sekolah-sekolah yang saya pergi tu, tak ada orang pakai. I was angry. And I felt that my students deserve this. They needed this. And kita akan sampai satu tahap. Sebenarnya bagi saya, peralatan ataupun tools ataupun facilities is not everything. The teacher comes first. But I felt that my students deserved it. They have come to a learning level that they need technology in their learning. And technology was extremely important. But we did not have it. So I tried through this platform. It's called Give.my, but it was a crowdfunding platform. I don't want to go into so much details. Kalau siapa nak tanya soalan about how I did the crowdfund and who I engaged with, macam mana saya buat proposal, semua saya ada. I can help you with it. There's no problem. And I was very lucky because I approached this guy here, Mr. Ultimate, and at that time he, no, I'm having a session. Because I have this with Mr. Ultimate at the time. Give me a second. Okay, so dengan Mr. Ultimate, and I got so much support from him with Ultimate, and it was great. So we managed to collect, if I'm not mistaken, we managed to collect almost 10,000 maybe at the time. So this is a great story of its own. If I share with you about this, it will take a long time. So yeah, I'm sorry about the interruption earlier. That was my housemate. What to do? We are living with other people. So yeah, I'm going to go to the next program. Yeah, so this is the classroom. This was, once it was completed, it was amazing. Can you see the blue chairs behind there? Can you see all the blue chairs behind there? Yeah, so I think at that time I had almost 30 visitors to the classroom. Ada 30 pemantau dalam kelas saya. Masa tu saya baru betul-betul baru siap kelas ni lah. And yes, semua murid-murid saya dekat sini, saya rasa sekarang ni diorang form 3 kot. Form 3 kalau tak silap saya. Semua murid-murid dekat sini, each and every one of them have a tablet of their own. Makin lama saya upgrade lah. Every year saya akan upgrade kelas ni. Saya akan cuba dapatkan dana. Kebanyakan daripada duit saya sendiri juga saya akan upgrade. Recently tahun lepas saya tambah dalam 6 atau 7 desktop dalam classroom, so murid-murid boleh pakai desktop. So yes, this is my vision of the classroom that I had for the kids. Saya dalam hati saya at that time saya fikir kalau budak-budak lain boleh dapat yang terbaik, my kids must get the best as well. I must give them the best. I wanted the standard of education or the facilities that I provide the students with to be the same with urban schools or even better than urban schools. So yeah, can you guys see the screen? I'm just worried that you can't see it because
it's a blank screen.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, it's just blank screen.
I cannot see you. See the screen that I'm sharing?
Cikgu Sam, I can't see you.
Okay, nobody is responding, so I assume you guys can see the screen, yeah? Boleh nampak tak? Anybody can see the screen? Cannot.
Just blank screen.
It's a blank screen.
Okay, you cannot see the screen. That is a problem. So I think escape.
Maybe a bit
someone
delay.
Will do this issue. Yeah, it's a white screen, exactly. That's why I'm very worried. Can you see it now?
White screen.
Cannot.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, yeah.
It's already there.
Yeah, can see.
Yes, can see you now.
Yeah,
Okay,
already,
good, awesome. So I'm just going to leave it like this. Saya takut I blah 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 and nobody sees. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay. So, where are we? Yeah, so I kept on upgrading the classroom from years to year. And like I said earlier, the basis or the main idea of what I'm doing is happening in the classroom and it's the everyday lessons. These are simple projects that I did to actually accelerate their our yeah. But I bayangkan saya ada infrastructure. When I had the infrastructure, I could do more programs. So I started with this program in 2016. It was called Asli Ida. Internet connection in my school is horrible back then. Now it's much better, but back then it was horrible. So we could not get proper internet connection. If I wanted to do, I think I did a couple of virtual classrooms yang I buat dengan sekolah lain, dengan negeri lain and all that internationally as well. Boleh buat, tapi memang lag. There was so much problems with it. So I decided to re-evaluate the program and I re-evaluated it and I came out with this EPAL program. So the main reason for this email program was this. I wanted to help orang asli students practice the use of English language, facilitate their confidence and also assist their attempts to use technology. So these are the reasons why I did it. Again, the program does not matter. What matters the most will be the planning and the process. You must focus on the process. You see, when I was getting the kids to write emails, I paired them up with professionals. So these professionals came from different parts of Malaysia, different parts of the world, and they gave a very different perspective to what life is. Murid-murid saya, dia dekat kampung dia, dekat orang asli, it's, how am I going to say, kadang-kadang tak ada cita-cita tau. The only cita-cita dia know is jadi cikgu. Sebab hari-hari jumpa cikgu lah, itu je lah. Ataupun jadi misi. So that's what they see. And I wanted them to see that there is more to life. What is education? Kalau pergi sekolah, what happens actually? So I got them out. These are just examples. Dalam kelas tu ada 25 orang pada masa tu. And yes. So proses menulis email tu sebenarnya pun satu proses yang sangat tedious sebenarnya. Sebab mereka akan menulis, kita akan start macam ni. First, they will start with, we will brainstorm the ideas in the classroom. So the idea could be from a lesson that we've been doing in the class, ataupun satu team yang kita buat dalam kelas tu, lepas tu mereka akan bincang. Lepas tu mereka akan buat draft. Lepas tu buat draft dalam kumpulan, mereka bincang semua, lepas tu bincang warna yang bola. Tambah, betulkan. Lepas tu bila saya dapat email tu, saya akan baca sekali saja. So my focus was not on the errors. My focus was not on the grammar. Awal-awal sekali tu. So my focus was whether I could understand what they were reading. If I could understand what they were reading, I told them to send the email. And in time, improvements were immense. They started writing longer. Budak-budak macam Aiza ni, dia mula dengan EPAL dia, she's a researcher, so she was doing research in Africa at the time. So they started talking about African culture, macam-macam. So it started off as a simple macam email yang cakap pasal hi, how are you, macam tu semua, like apa yang buat, apa makan apa, and then after that it developed to something bigger. It the emails became longer, it became more richer. They were writing to someone, they were writing for a purpose. Tapi penat. Siapa yang penat? Cikgu dia penat. Because you have to keep in touch with the volunteers. You have to look at what they're writing. You have to make sure the process goes well. Every time we do something and when we plan something, our focus must be on the process and not the product. If you focus on the product, whatever results that you may have will be very superficial. Hasil dia sangat superficial. You focus on the process, you know where it's coming from, walaupun susah, it will be worth it. So I'm not going to dwell in this program too long. I'm going to go to the next one. Next one is the originals. So the originals is basically a musical group that I taught my kids how to play the ukulele. This is an amazing story of its own. Kalau saya nak start story ni, kena cakap macam mana saya dapat duit tu, macam mana saya start beli untuk budak-budak ni, macam mana saya start ajar dia orang, macam mana saya start daripada mula-mula budak dalam kelas ni je, dari 25 lebih lah. And then after that, setiap tahun kita buat. At the end of the day, saya ajar lebih daripada 200 lebih ataupun dekat 300 budak. Dan budak-budak yang dah pandai ajar budak-budak lain. And they only sing English songs. And instruction, pengajaran bermain ukulele tu sebenarnya dalam bahasa Inggeris juga. So saya punya fokus dekat sini dengan ukulele ni bukan untuk buat satu band. It is not to create a band. It's not for performance. The focus of this ukulele project was to teach them English and to have meaningful usage of the English language. Penggunaan bahasa Inggeris secara yang ada makna. Sebab kalau siapa-siapa dalam grup ni yang pernah buat persembahan atau main dalam band ke tarian dan sebagainya, you akan agree dengan saya, sebenarnya kalau kita praktis untuk persembahan ataupun band, stres sebenarnya. Sebab kita nak buat satu benda untuk perfection. Jadi bila kita stres, kita nak suruh budak tu buat untuk perfect, the learning is not fun. The learning is not enjoyable anymore. So it was very different. So this is what I started doing with them in 2017, and we did it for 2-3 years. Saya tahun lepas baru ada masa nak record video dengan diorang, record video macam mana diorang main, macam mana diorang nyanyi. Memang tak ada masa. So yeah. So next program, let's go to the next program. You have to fly through. Okay, this is one of my collaborative programs. I did this with MMU Cyberjaya. So it's called Fun with Storytelling. So MMU Cyberjaya, they came up with an idea. I collaborated with them. Amazing program. Another one is Speak Up with Poetry. This is basically, again, I felt that a lot of my programs came, the ideas for my programs and the interventions came because of my want to solve a problem. Bila saya nampak satu problem tu, saya tak boleh duduk diam. Murid-murid yang saya dapat dalam kelas saya, sama ada saya dapat murid-murid tahun 4 atau murid-murid tahun 5. Jadi bila saya dapat murid-murid tahun 4 atau murid tahun 5, the problem is this. Kadang-kadang dia orang datang dengan saya tak tahu apa-apa. Basically, kosong. I can ask them what is this is a book, they will not know. I will speak to them in English and mereka kan tenung saya macam tak kenal apa-apa. So year 5 and year 4 kids at the time. So the choice that I have is this. What do I do next? Do I blame the teacher before? Do I say, oh ini semua masalah sistem. Sistem telah inilah sistem pendidikan negara kita, bla bla bla, hancurlah masa depan untuk budak-budak orang asli. Just sit down there and do nothing. Nothing is going to change. So a lot of these interventions like this Speak Up with Poetry came up with the idea to help them with something. And this one was basically self-expression and also vocabulary. Saya tengok vocabulary murid-murid sangat lemah. Tahun 5 pun tak tahu vocabulary murid tahun 1, murid tahun 2. Tak ada vocabulary benda tu semua. So I felt I needed to do something and I collaborated with people. These are some of the amazing people who helped me out with it. We came up with instructional videos using poems. And the students would actually look at it in the videos and will speak up, they will speak and share with one another. Memang sangat seronok lah. So you can imagine kawan-kawan semua, kelas saya setiap hari tu macam mana, keadaan dia macam mana, everyday kelas dia macam mana. So start dengan pembelajaran ataupun PDPC biasa, menggunakan kaedah-kaedah yang saya cakap tu, task based learning, role play, communication, 21st century learning, dan benda-benda itu semua kita buat. And all these additional programs come into play. Speak up with poetry, fun with storytelling, the original asli people. So the learning experience is becoming very rich. It's a very rich learning experience. Tapi saya tak stop dekat situ. Because I felt ada satu aspek yang saya perlu buat dengan budak-budak ni is to reach out to the community. Community orang asli yang saya rasa sedih lah, because pada past 8 years saya jumpa, tapi kita pun ada kekangan masa kita sendiri kan. So I felt that I need to involve the community with what I'm doing. They need to know what their children can do. Kadang-kadang dia saya sembang dengan parent kalau saya buat program ataupun ibu bapa datang ke sekolah. They feel so amazed and so happy when they see that their kids are able to do things that they have never imagined before. When they see their kids speaking to me in English, ataupun saya cakap dengan dia orang in bahasa Inggeris, mak ayah macam tak percaya tau. I love this kind of things, this kind of expressions that I love so much. So the next program that I did was called Sekolah Pokok. So why did I start out with Sekolah Pokok? So basically, school attendance was the biggest reason why. And I felt that kalau budak-budak datang ke sekolah, kita kena bagi diorang niat yang betul. Apa niat yang diorang nak datang sekolah tu? Sebab kalau kita bagi niat yang tak betul, contohnya kita buat bagi makanan, kita bagi gula-gula dan sebagainya, mungkin berjaya, but it will not last long, and they will not see what is the purpose of all this. Kenapa kita kena perlu belajar? And saya pun nampak masa tu kebanyakan program saya yang saya buat, murid-murid yang dapat belajar dengan saya saja yang dapat join. So saya kan biasa ajar 3 kelas kan. So 3 kelas tu saja yang dapat join. Murid-murid lain saya tak dapat nak impact. And saya sedih kena tengok bila budak-budak tengok saya sebab okay, nak masuk kelas ni selesai, nak masuk kelas bila dah masuk kelas. So I designed this I think in 2018. I did a trial run in 2018. I did a lot of research upon this, about how you incorporate elements of nature, how you incorporate elements of fun, how you do classroom sessions outside. So I researched all about this and said, okay, let's do this. So I started. I got the support of my GPKs, I got some money here and there. I think cikgus amazing people. Kita nak cari duit untuk budak memang power lah, memang boleh dapat lah. Untuk diri sendiri memang susah. So I started getting money for them, and then we printed. So I went around the kampung. I started putting these posters here and there, and then I started speaking to the families. We spoke to the families, me and some of the other teachers from the families, tell them about the program. So initially we started with 10 students in one location lah. Mula-mula kita start 10 orang murid di satu lokasi saja. Tapi makin lama budak makin ramai, dan saya sampai tak menang tangan tau, sebab budak ni dia datang daripada semua tahap. Paling muda yang datang sekolah pokok ni tak boleh masuk sekolah lagi. I think dia budak 5 tahun kot. Budak 5 tahun ada, budak prasekolah ada, budak pendidikan khas ada, budak tahun 6 ada, budak yang dah berhenti sekolah pun ada. So makin lama makin ramai. So I think kemuncaknya saya terpaksa buat dekat 2 lokasi. Satu lokasi tu kat dalam sikit, yang ni lokasi ni, satu lokasi ni kat dalam sikit, and setiap lokasi atau setiap session yang kita ada tu lebih kurang 50 kids lah, 40 to 50 kids. So I was teaching an additional 40 or 50 kids in the element, in nature. Kenapa nature? Sebenarnya sebab saya dah lepak budak-budak ni lama. Alam sekitar ataupun nature ni satu tempat yang diorang memang seronok. It's a place that they love to be in. It's an amazing place that they love to be in. It is where they are themselves. So bila saya buat dekat kelas pokok ni, sekolah pokok ni, saya pun dengan tak pakai kasut, saya pun dengan relax, dengan serabut je, I will go and I'll just lepak with them. And we started doing this twice a week. Every time that I'm around, every time we can do it, I'll do it. And it brings so much joy to my heart. Bila saya pergi ke sekolah, the first thing that they will ask me is, "Sir, sekolah pokok bila?" Macam sekolah pokok tu pula jadi sekolah tau. Ke budak-budak kelas lain lah, macam dia sekolah pokok jadi sekolah penting dia orang nak pergi tu. So the main intention was to get them to love learning. Yeah, so that's about it for the projects and the classroom implementations. I'm going to talk to you about some of the modules that I did. So like I said from the start, I said that I could not be a one area focused teacher. I could not be a cikgu yang fokus pada assessment saja ke, cikgu yang fokus pada modul saja ke, cikgu yang fokus pada music saja. Sebab apa? Sebab murid saya perlukan semua. So saya try my best. So I did, this was mostly for the UPS kids. So this is called point and speak. So I started speaking elements in writing. So this was one of my ideas. We came out with modules, collaborated with some other teachers to help me out. Yes, exam guide. Anybody who tells you exams are not important, they are liars. Don't believe them. Exams are important. But the key point I want to tell you about exams, how exams is, how do you teach for the exams? If you're teaching for the exams to just drilling, I think that's terribly wrong. You must get students to experience learning. And that's why students who experience learning, whatever KBAT questions you throw at them, they can able to answer it. So yeah, modules, and papers and books. I tried all of them. Another big part of what I do is the assessment for learning. What is assessment for learning in Malay? Pentaksiran untuk pembelajaran. Bukan assessment of learning, but assessment for learning. This is a CAFR thing actually. It's a good term for CAFR, under formative assessment. I was a CAFR master trainer since 2016. So I did lots of paperwork because I needed to write down what my students were doing, how they were progressing. Are they doing well? Kadang-kadang kita shock sendiri, budak-budak seronok. Iya ke budak-budak seronok? Budak-budak bagus, iya ke budak-budak? So I need to write it down. And I incorporated all these elements that I'm taking here. Reflections is one of my biggest keys. I think I mentioned that earlier as well. I like to write what happens in the classroom. So I will just write. My lesson plan is not the most beautiful lesson plan. It will probably look something like this. It's just like that. I mean, no, my reflections will look something like this. Yeah? So it's for me to reflect on what the students and what the students do. I also do lots of intervention-based assessment. So setiap program ataupun intervensi yang saya buat tu, saya akan nilai. Contohnya kalau saya ajar mereka bermain ukulele, what are the vocabularies that they have mastered? What are the songs that they have known? Because when they are singing the song, of course, they need to know the meanings of the words that they are singing to as well. What are the sentence patterns that they have done? What are the chord progressions? Kalau kita main music, kita kena ada chord. So saya kan tahu lah budak ni macam mana. So at the end of the day, you know the capability of each and every child in the classroom and what you need to do to help each and every one of them. I also record a lot of videos, and one of the videos that I record every year, I think not every year lah, I think I started this in 2017, 2017. Saya akan record murid saya bercakap sebab saya punya the way I'm teaching English is through communication. So I assess them on speaking as well. So saya akan record, saya akan pilih wakil daripada kumpulan paling lemah, kumpulan tengah dan kumpulan pandai. And kumpulan paling lemah biasanya tak tahu apa lah, kosong je, you record kan. Record pertama tu akan buat 3 sesi recording, awal tahun hingga bulan 2, tengah tahun, hujung tahun. Yang kumpulan yang paling lemah tu, you tanyalah, what is your name? Tak tahu. Ada satu budak tu, this is a true story ya. I tanya dia macam ni, saya cakap kat dia, what is your name? And, dia tengok saya, tak tahu, okay. Tu saya tukar soalan dia, tanya kat dia. Budak tahun 5 tanya kat dia, is your name Ultraman? Lepas tu mata dia terbeliak. Oh, Ultraman. And then I said, yes, is your name Ultraman? And then he said no, and I was like, oh, thank God. Nasib baik dia tahu nama dia tu bukan Ultraman. And then I said, is your name Bobo Boy? Lepas tu dia, oh, yes, is your name Bobo Boy? Lepas tu dia anggap, yes. So I have video evidences of that. And this particular boy developed so much daripada bulan pertama, tengah tahun, hujung tahun, he could respond, you could see gaya percakapan dia macam mana, kalau kita ada masa, ada peluang lagi dengan digital classroom ni, mungkin saya boleh tunjuk semua video benda-benda yang saya buat. Ataupun maybe kalau kita nak talk about assessment saja, kita can do one slot about that as well. So besides videos, these are the stuff that I do. I set the objectives, I write it down, sometimes I type it out like this. This is very exam-based criteria. These are score-based as well. I analyze their scores. I see what is the relevance of what is the mean score, what does the mean score mean, what is the standard deviation, budak yang paling lemah dengan yang paling tinggi, apa jarak dia, kenapa jadi macam ni. I'm obsessed with this kind of things. So I started figuring out everything. I also do RCA, root cause analysis. So these are all applicable things, and I like it because the more I see it, the more I get ideas, the more I understand my students, the more I know how they are progressing. So I think I talked about this a lot already. These are some of the videos I will show you some other day, not today. So what I want to tell you is this. Overall, I think we are almost at 1 hour, so I'm just going to give you time to ask questions later. Everything, these are some of the elements that we did, that I've been speaking about daripada awal tadi. Saya cakap pasal reflecting, saya cakap sebab networking, leadership, culture, learning and research motivation, love and empowerment, pedagogy, project assessment. So these elements, bagi saya, dia bukan linear tau. Maksudnya, dia bukan satu yang saya buat ni, lepas tu dia akan jadi macam ni, lepas tu dia akan jadi macam tu, lepas tu akan nampak hasilnya. No. It is everything interrelated, semua bercampur aduk, semua benda ni, semua elemen-elemen yang saya ada, yang saya letak kat sini, banyak mungkin saya tak letak pun. Dia saling berkait antara satu sama lain. Tanpa salah satu benda ni, it will collapse. If I try to do all this, but my leadership and my motivation is really down, it's not going to happen, it's not going to work. If I'm going to do everything, tapi pedagogical skill saya tak ada. Saya tak tahu what is 21st century learning. Saya tak tahu what is project-based learning. It's gone. If I have all this, but I don't know what is 21st century learning, and I don't know what is assessment, it is gone. It is all interrelated. And I believe to be a good teacher, that's why our job is really hard. You need to know and how to balance all these elements. You need to know how to balance all these elements. And not to say, but I think this is what makes a great teacher. This is what really makes a great teacher. And having this elements, it did not come to me. I worked for it. I studied for it, I learned from the kids. So with that, I'm going to conclude the first main part, and I'm going to end this session with a few questions of my own. To you, I will ask you these questions for you to reflect. And this areas is related to my presentation. Again, my presentation was not detailed. Saya tak boleh pergi detail sangat because of time. And I just wanted you to go away with something so that you can remember. First question. So as I'm asking you this question, I hope you think about it, all right? Number one, what's your educational philosophy? What is your principle? Apa falsafah pendidikan you? I'm not talking about falsafah pendidikan kebangsaan. What do you believe in? All right? That's very important because what you believe in translates to what you do with your students. And from that, you will see this is the main thing, and this will translate to whatever results that you see at the end of the day. Because if your principles are not right, yeah, that's, the principles are not right, I don't want to say anything. Okay. So, a philosophy of education is basically a statement of your beliefs about the purposes of education. How students learn, what and how they should be taught. It incorporates these aspects of the purpose of education, what is the role of a teacher, the nature of curriculum and evaluation, and the method of instruction. You need to find this out yourself. I know it for myself. I know it in the my bottom of my very heart. I know what I'm going to do. I know why I'm doing this. I know my beliefs as a teacher. I know what is my role. And I know it does not end with year 6. It does not end with form 5. I know learning is not just about the classroom. And I try to show it based on everything that I did with the kids. To expect any change in education, principles and beliefs of stakeholders must be congruent to the cause. Falsafah dan kepercayaan you mesti sama ataupun mesti relatable ataupun similar dengan apa yang you nak buat. You tak boleh nak cakap saya percaya benda macam ni. Budak kalau kalau saya ajar cara lain, tak mungkin, tak boleh dapat. It doesn't go together. So please look up people like John Dewey, Mortimer Adler, Jerome Bruner, and they talk about how education is a structure and how education is freedom. Structure versus freedom. Should we go with structure? Should we go with freedom? Should we go with both? You have to decide. And I think once you decide, you will see clearly of how you can develop as a teacher. That's most important. All right. Question number 2. Are you a positive deviant? What is a positive deviant? Positive deviant ni, positive is positive. Deviant ni melawan. Are you orang yang melawan yang positif ke tak? Why? You have to be a positive deviant and cultivate skepticism about the inevitable. That's just the way it is. Okay, banyak sangat perkataan. I'll break it down for you. Jadi pergi sekolah, you biasa dengar benda macam ni kan. Budak-budak dami-dami macam tu. Kita orang nak buat macam ni. Memang tak boleh. When you hear something like that, that's when you need to challenge it. There's no such thing as dah memang macam tu. Dah memang macam tu, budak asli tak boleh cakap biar. Dah memang macam tu, budak asli tak boleh buat ni. Dah memang macam tu, budak-budak kita ni bodoh. Dah memang macam tu, budak Felda macam ni, budak kampung macam ni. Dah memang macam tu. That's the biggest clue for you when someone say dah memang macam tu, to try to figure something out. I stated there, what about best practices? There's a reason why I stated this. A lot of times when I go to share with schools or other workshops or seminars, I don't try to tell people that saya tak beritahu orang yang ini program saya. You ambil program saya, you buat dekat sekolah you, dia akan berkesan. No, I don't believe in that. Because I believe that let those with the problem discover their own solution. Orang yang ada di sekolah lain, di konteks lain, di cabaran lain, dia boleh dapat idea daripada kita, tapi they themselves have to come up with their own solution. Baru dia ada sense of ownership. Ini program kita untuk sekolah kita, ini berdasarkan kajian yang kita dah buat, ini berdasarkan kita dengar daripada Cikgu Sam, daripada Cikgu Helmi dan sebagainya. This is what we have decided for our kids. They have to do that for themselves. They have to discover that solution for the kids. Because saya pernah pergi share, and kadang-kadang saya rasa bila kita pergi share, mungkin banyak you dekat sini pun pernah pergi share yang you buat teknologi and this and that, and kadang-kadang, and a lot of time, bukan kadang-kadang, you dapat satu rejection. You share best practices you, and you dapat satu rejection. You memang akan rasa sakit hati tu. You akan rasa sakit hati. You akan rasa satu rejection. Dia cakap, boleh lah sekolah dia bagus. Saya pernah dengar orang cakap dekat saya, boleh lah budak asli dia pandai BI. Saya pandai, kenapa dia bercakap tu? Tapi in a certain aspect, saya rasa benda tu bagus lah. Sebab persepsi tentang murid saya dah berubah. Orang dah cakap murid saya pandai BI, tak apa, it's okay. My kids are good in English. I don't mind anybody saying that any day. But the thing is, you need to encourage people to come up with their own set of solutions. That's what we are trying to do. That's what I try to do. Point number 2. A lot of times what we do is deceptively simple. What does it mean? Nampaknya senang. Daripada luarannya, nampak program ni senang. Tapi pelaksanaan program ni, apa yang kita buat everyday, the blood, the sweat, and the tears, these are the things that are very important, and these are the things that we do most of the time. Okay? So, it's deceptively simple. Yes, everything seems nice, happy. I'm always happy. Like for me, I pergi sekolah most of the time, I'm happy all the time. My school is actually very far away from my house. So, yeah, very far. And I think the children are what motivates me to go forward. Okay, I'm just going to go to the next one. Be adaptive. You need to know how to adapt. Blend into the landscape. Adopt natural contours and social context. Learn from your most important source. your students. You need to learn from your students. Your students have got lots to tell you, and you need to observe them. You can ask them. You can be with them all the time. Lastly is be aware of invisible barriers. Halangan yang kita tak nampak. A lot of people will try to come and tell you what to do. A lot of people will be experts. Suddenly everybody is an expert. I had this so many times. And I'm thankful that I have a sense of attitude. Attitude yang saya percaya, yang saya tahu apa yang saya buat. Sebab apa? Sebab saya buat kajian. Sebab saya buat evidence. Sebab saya buat paperwork. Because I look at the kids and I study the kids. All this is all research based. So to fight against this invisible barriers, so people are trying to explain what you're going to do. You need to equip yourself. That's extremely important. Last question. This is the last 2 slides. What is improvement and how does it matter to you? What is improvement? A lot of time people say improve. How do you improve? How does it matter to you? Improvement comes with measuring progress. The ability to measure is a powerful reinforcer of behavioral change. Measurement and data are essential for improvement, especially when you see kids knowing nothing. When you get your kids in year 4 or year 5, like how I do, I cannot judge them based on other year 4 or year 5 kids. I can only judge them, I can only measure them based on how they came to me. And how they progress from that point of time is what I'm most interested in. Okay? That's most interesting for me. That's how I measure. That's why I measure everything. I show you some assessment samples of how I assess them, the programs that I assess them, even for the music I assess them. You need to measure progress. It's very important. Reflection. You need to reflect. You need to know what works and what doesn't. If it doesn't work, don't be an idiot and keep on doing the same thing over and over again. Change. Adapt to the needs of the student. Adapt to the time. Adapt to their speed. If it becomes too easy, make it more harder for them. Another part of differentiation strategy. Be problem specific and user centered. What I do, what I try to do is centered around solving problems. I see a problem, I must solve it. That's my biggest motivation. So I'm challenging you to solve a problem. Whatever theories, whatever theoretical aspects, whatever pedagogies, whatever methodologies that you have been learning in your IPG or your university or your scene is very important. They are your foundation, asas. Kepada you membuat keputusan. Apa-apa yang you pernah belajar tu is the main foundation. So you need to try to use it to solve problems. And that's what I try to do. I want to solve problems, not superficial problems. You need to look too deeply what is actually the problem that's happening with the kids and how you solve the problem and make sure you see sustainable success. All right. 4th point, network communities accelerate improvement. I love the classroom thing. To the person who came up with it, hats off to you. It's a great example of community and network, community that learn from one another. I have a group of friends that I trust. Elmi is one of them. I trust him a lot. His opinion. I challenge his opinion. He challenges mine. And this relates to the next point as well. Research, desire to improve and learn. I like to expose yourself. Dedahkan diri you. Apa yang you buat tu, you dedahkanlah apa yang you buat. Sebab you dedah, orang akan nampak kelemahan you and people can help. Draw on that feedback, improve yourself. At the end of the day, your kids are the ones that are going to benefit from it. Okay. Why I'm here in New York at the moment is also because of this. My desire to improve and learn is always there. When I see a problem, I try to fix it, and then I see saya tak cukup knowledge, saya tak cukup pengetahuan dalam bidang ni. Saya kena tahu lebih. I need to know more. And I'm always self-critical. Apa-apa yang saya buat, saya rasa saya lah orang yang paling critical dengan apa yang saya buat. I'm most critical. I'm lucky to have good SIC too. Some of my SIC are like my friends. So when I tell them something, I expect to be criticized. I expect to them to point out, hey, this I don't think this is good. And if I accept it, or if I don't accept it, it's based on facts and findings, and we have this good critical discussion. That is one of the reasons why I'm here as well. So with that, wow, I don't know if I went above the time, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen and okay. So I'm going to open to some questions. I don't know how you're going to ask questions. Maybe we can open to the chat. So yes, please ask questions. Thank you. Anybody? Hi, Safwan. Safwan, is this the Safwan? My Safwan yang I kenal tu? Okay, cool. Hey bro, what's up? Oh, COVID-19. Oh, it's horrible. Kita dekat sini, okay. State of New York is actually quite big ya. New York City paling teruk. So kita mengajar dalam mengajar pula benda dekat ni. New York City ni setiap hari dalam 2,000 kes kot. And New York State ni population dia dalam 30 juta. So COVID-19 is horrible bro. Aku dah duduk rumah 6 hari kat luar. Thanks for the question. Yes, it's all clear, inspiring. Don't have questions. Wow. Hi Nadia. 30 million, yes. The state of New York ni sebenarnya besar, it's very huge and lebih kurang semenanjung lah, I would say. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, another thing is the death rate here is really high and recovery rate is very, very low. So kalau aku kena memang bye. No lah, kidding. I'm just going to stay at home. I hope you guys understand where I came from of my perspective of professional development. My perspective of professional development is different compared to some other people. Saya tak ada nak letakkan saya dalam masa 5 tahun saya nak pergi peringkat antarabangsa, saya nak buat ini. No. I always knew that my biggest success comes from my students. My biggest success must be shown from my students. That's right. Yes, latar belakang masalah. Jangan.
Okay, Cikgu Sam, ada satu soalan dekat atas tadi. Dia tanya
Contohnya kemiskinan masalah keluarga yang boleh mengganggu belajar. Yes, bro. To have a specific answer from you, I think I'll just give you one answer first. You need to develop trust. I think you can relate when you were in a long sepiling, if I'm right. The trust that the parents have you, trust that the community has you is something that develops in time. So kalau masalah kemiskinan memang biasalah bro, duit sendirilah, beli makanan sendiri, and that's why saya punya whatever that I try to do, one of the biggest challenge waiting for that facility. So I try to it's a great way to get money. Scholarship, yes. Kita nak pergi scholarship, saya pegang dulu scholarship tu, saya tunggu soalan lain and then I explain scholarship. I'm actually very cold now. So really negative stuff. Okay. Wow, how do I keep positive spirit? What makes you happy? Alright, like for me, what makes me happy is my kids. I travel to school about an hour 15, to school and an hour 15 back. And I tell you, every single day, I look forward to going to school. Going to school, I couldn't get out of my car and my kids come running to me. My kids like, hi, so sad, high fives, fist bumps, hugs, and all that. it is that kind of thing that keeps me going. I'm like a very my personality with the kids is something that I developed. My relationship with the kids is something that I developed. And I know there are times that there are a lot of things against you, but I believe that when your focus is right, when your philosophy is right, when your principles is right, when your intentions are right, most importantly, your intentions are right, God will bless you and He will give you that positive spirit. Yeah. Sejuk. Okay. Does the school admin fully support you? Okay. No and yes. There are certain things that I don't think I should share with you because of there are a lot of issues actually, especially when I first started in the school, with regards to leadership and like that. But initially, I received lots of negativity because I'm a positive deviant. Excellent. There's a book of this. It's called The Power of Positive Deviance. You guys should check it out. Power of Positive Deviance. So wait. Lots of negativity from a lot of people. Like I explained earlier, the whole school was like that. The easiest thing for me to do at that time was to blend in. So I have a choice. I have a choice whether should I be like everybody else or should I just step out and just do something and say enough is enough. So I choose the children. My priority is always the children. Whatever I do, my priority must always be the children. People can say anything about me, I will not care. The most important recognition or the most important thing comes from the kids. And if my kids are happy and they love what I do, they love that's most important to me. Continuity and sustainability in life. I try. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of you can see that it's an individual choice. When you see someone who's doing great things in your school, for example, you see like, let's say Safwan, for example, I'm sure you should have jealousy. I'm sure you have people who don't like what you're doing. That is common. But if you see someone who's doing something really nice, have that humility, have that sense of, hey, I want to learn from this guy. Go and ask. Go and learn from him. Go and learn from this person. I think that's what leaders in schools need to do. Leaders need to encourage this kind of learning and improving culture in school. That whatever we do, we need to learn from one another. I think that's most important. That's very important. Thank you so much. How many people are in this chat actually? I have no idea. How do I see this? Any more questions? I think I'll just leave another 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And then I'll talk to you guys about scholarships, because scholarships is like a big thing. Right, 100 plus. Hey guys, thank you so much for being 55. Okay. I tried my best to prepare. So, and 1 hour, it's very hard. It's very, very hard to share. Like I said earlier, my plan for professional development is not clear cut. So, saya tak boleh nak beritahu cikgu ni. Saya start macam satu. Saya ni buat benda ni sebab saya tengok ada keperluan. Bila ada keperluan, saya akan. That's what I try doing. And I thank God that God has blessed me with the awards throughout the years, all these awards, all this recognition. Satu yang saya nak sebut is jangan kejar awards. You shouldn't be going after awards. You should kejar your kids, and the awards will kejar you. You get what I mean? Yeah. Kejar your kids, and the awards will kejar you. That's what I believe in. If you kejar the awards, your whole intention is already wrong. Mula-mula I memang malu tau nak share online, because bila saya mula-mula buat tu, saya rasa benda yang saya buat ni biasa. I think a lot of you have thought of it. Start 2012 mengajar dan 2012 saya cakap biasa je. Saya memang buat apa nak share, buat apa nak bagi tahu orang. Biasa je kan. I always felt that it's my job. So, yeah, it's my job, and we always must have that humility, that sense of reflection. But then again, to share with one another, to share with friends like you guys is an honor for me, and I will do it anytime. That's why when Aliza told me 5 a.m., I was like, pukul 5, I was like, okay, no problem. Yeah, don't kejar the words. The words will kejar you. It will come. In time, it will come. Everything will come. I always focused on failures. Oh, kalau you nak buat satu lagi slot webinar, kegagalan Mr. Sam, tu boleh buat 2 jam. So many kegagalan, so many failures, so many things that did not work out. And but they make you learn. They make you stronger. Parents that don't support. Yeah, exactly. If I want to answer your question, I have to repeat how you support students who come from background parents who support. Exactly. This is the situation that my kids are facing. And I did all that, everything that I explained earlier. The classroom sessions, my personality, the interventions that I did, connecting with the community, leadership, networking, all this leads to kids wanting to learn, parents seeing their kids learning, parents get excited and say, let's go to school, the kids are doing great. All that. There is no one answer. If someone were to tell you that you do this, you do steps 1 to 5, for example, your kids will be good learners and will get A's, I think that's nonsense. That's usually a scam. It's no such thing. You have so many elements that's involved. Yeah. I'm going to talk about scholarships. So Masita has left the conversation. Sorry, Masita. We're going to talk about scholarships. I've applied for international scholarships. A few. Let me name them. Shivening. Shivening is from the UK. You guys want to write it down, you can. Fulbright. I applied for ASEAN scholarship, New Zealand scholarship as well. So the ones that I almost got it was these 3. ASEAN scholarship, Shivening and Fulbright. But for Shivening, the problem was the interview. There was something happened, ada satu benda berlaku, so saya tak dapat pergi at that time, and then we had to cancel it, so I was out. ASEAN scholarship, I was shortlisted for an interview, tapi ASEAN scholarship, kenapa? Oh, sebab dia fokus kepada negara-negara membangun, macam Myanmar, Vietnam dan sebagainya. So masa tu Malaysia tak masuk dalam list. So I did not get it. Then there was Fulbright. I'm going to share with you about Fulbright, of how the application process goes and all that, and how you get a sponsorship. Try to do this in 5 minutes. It's 6:24. I'll try to end at 6:30. A lot of international scholarships, they require you to write essays. Okay. Similarly to the Global Teacher Prize. Global Teacher Prize was a lot of essays. We had 10 essays. And in these scholarship applications, it's not about your intellectual capabilities. It's not just about your bachelor's degree. It's not just about research areas that you are interested in. It's not just about your personality. It's about everything. You need to have everything. And all these elements, your intellectual capability, your networking, semua benda ni kena berkait tau. Macam you tulis satu essay tu, you kena cakap, ini tujuan yang saya buat benda ni, dan sebab tu saya buat benda ni. I saw that there is a situation and there was a task, this is the action and this is the result. What did I do? So international scholarships want you to display this. It's quite different from what's being done in Malaysia. So that's why international scholarships, they want to see, they're interested in who you are as an individual. How deep is your convictions? How deep is your passion? And you have to show all that in an essay. So that is quite hard. To go through the first stage of application is very hard. And kalau kadang-kadang kalau macam international benda macam ni, kalau tak dapat, you must try again and again. Because bila kita bertemu like this, when we are having a conversation macam ni, saya nak cakap senang kan, tapi nak tulis dalam satu essay tu is very hard. So dengan setiap kegagalan dan setiap cubaan yang you apply for it, you will get better. That is the first stage. How to write about yourself, that's very important. But you need context lah. You perlu ada benda untuk bertulis. That's number one.
Cikgu Sam.
You need to display 3 qualities, main qualities that usually international students want to see. What leadership qualities are you showing? Leadership bukan maksud saya jadi admin ke jadi TPK ke, no. Macam mana you laksanakan your program, how you lead others, how you influence others, benda-benda ni semua. Leadership is very important. That's the thing that usually they look for. How to network and collaborate. These are areas that they usually look for in international scholarship. So that's out of the way. To study in the US and to study in the UK. In the UK, you perlukan IELTS, International English Language Testing something. Yeah, IELTS. I'm just going to write it down. IELTS. So dia macam English test. English is got to be good. But you can study for it, there's no problem. IELTS ni, kalau tak silap saya, harga dia 800 ringgit kot. So you have to seek for that, and they have their entry requirements. For the US, you kena, dia ada dia punya sendiri, it's called TOEFL, TOEFL, TOEFL. For me to study in the US is a bit more challenging sebab dia ada 2 exam. TOEFL tu satu, lagi satu tu saya kena sit for an exam called GRE. I'm just going to write it down here, GRE. Yeah, GRE exam. GRE exam ni basically dia terbagi kepada 3 bahagian. Writing and also mathematics. That is for GRE. So basically to study in the US,
Cikgu Sam, can you hear me?
And basically you punya degree ataupun you pakai untuk apply tu untuk sekadar cukup syarat saja. You kena ambil GRE ni untuk menunjukkan degree you sebenarnya laku. Or basically to show that you are good enough. So bagi saya struggle dengan mathematics. Dalam tinggal kan, mathematics tu.
So Cikgu Sam, kita dah nak malam ni Cikgu Sam. So rasanya kita terpaksa berhenti di sini.
And in English, I studied very hard for GRE.
Maybe kita akan sambung next time untuk sesi yang akan datang.
Will not get this solution. These are some of the areas lah. Some of the areas. Oh yeah, okay. Admin wants to take a break. Thank you, Admin. So, any more questions? I think it has been great already, and I appreciate it. No, it's okay. If you guys got more questions, just get in touch with me.
Bersemangat untuk anak.
If you guys want. My email here, I will help you if you decide to apply for any scholarships. Actually, dekat SMK, you apply directly to universities also. Universities memang banyak funds. Actually, memang best. Kalau saya tahu awal, saya dapat. Yes, just social media, yeah, just search for my name, Samuel Isaiah. Yeah, I will be more than happy to assist you. IG, Twitter, yeah, IG, Twitter as well. Twitter, biasa benda mengarut lah. Asli Facebook lah. Cikgu Aman, oh famous teacher. Where is Cikgu Aman? Cikgu Aman, can you say hi?
Cikgu Aman boleh on video kot.
Hi Cikgu Sam.
Oh, hi Cikgu Aman. Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Sorry Cikgu Aman for taking this too long.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, if you guys want to do another session, I don't mind, but we try to be a bit focused on it.
Okay,
kedua.
Pleasure. Yeah, just look at me on FB, Samuel Isaiah. Bye, Zo. any of my friends here, anybody that knows me personally, can say hi. I only know Safwan. Safwan is amazing. I think he will do great things. I believe in you, brother. Keep it up.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I will accept your friend request. Definitely. Boleh jumpa. Saya balik Malaysia ni. Tak lama dah. Bye. The plan is May 2021, but adik Mei 21 lah. Sebab dekat sini 2 tahun pembelajaran untuk masters. I might be early. I'm also trying to do an internship here. So what I'm studying here, I tak tahu boleh study apa kan. So apa yang I study dekat sini is basically educational policy and leadership. But my focus is global and comparative education. So I'm looking at the world, how it's being done. I'm working very closely with UNICEF documents. I'm working very closely with World Bank documents. Yeah, all these areas, it's been amazing. I'm learning lots of philosophy as well. But it's not just policy per se. I'm looking at how policy is being carried out into practice. That's what I want to see lah. I want to see how the relationship between practice and policy. Jumpa lagi, Muhammad Faiz. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Nadia.
Seperti yang yang dipakai ni, kira
Yes. Oh, I can send my Skype stuff. Ask me on Facebook. I have to cari. Oh, thank you. Haida. I think we need to empower more teachers. A lot of people are amazing.
dalam perkongsian digital kelas tu akan datang.
Tewas awal kot. Kena bagi sikit attitude.
Kalau dia
Akan raya.
Okay, aku nak buat ni.
Jangan juga mata kelam.
Dua baris. Thank you. Oh, ada sijil eh? Oh, bagus ni. Aliza minta my Skype ID. Sekejap. I think my Skype ID.
Okay, ini sijil untuk peserta hari ni. Untuk Cikgu Sam nanti kita akan kasih sijil penghargaan lain.
Aliza tak nampak.
I think IG ID apa Ya.
Kak Liz onkan mic, onkan video Kak Liz.
Dah.
Tak nampak.
Okay.
Tak nampak. Alamak, kenapa tak nampak?
Share screen.
Okay,
Ya.
Udah share screen. Okay, nampak?
Okay. Nampak muka.
mohon
Okay,
share screen untuk
Haliza.
link pendaftaran tu.
Cikgu Liz. Tak nampak.
Boleh tak?
Okey.
Okey, linknya
kita
ni saja. Siapa lah lambat sekejap dia akan tutup dan tak ada permintaan untuk inilah isi.
Okey, kita buka talian untuk link ni ialah selama 1 jam sahaja. Sila buat secepat mungkin. Selepas 1 jam kita tak layan air.
No, it's always like that. It's always like that, yeah. And that's why when I have classes, usually I do it in the campus. I will go to the campus and do it because, yeah, I just have no choice. Man. I'm so sorry. Okay, but it's not going to be this early next time. So. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Thank you for your time, Sam.
Oh, daftaran pembelajaran. What's this?
Thank you, Sam.
Hello semua.
Ya.
Okey, sekejap saya nak bagi tahu berkaitan kod pengesahan. Kod pengesahan tu semua huruf besar. Samuel 2203 mesti huruf besar semua. Tak boleh guna huruf kecil nanti tak boleh masuk ke dalam link pendaftaran. Jadi kod pengesahan ialah SAMUEL semua huruf besar dan 2203. Sambung terus. Okey, terima kasih.
Okay, harapnya semua peserta dapat salin link ni dan juga kod pengesahan. Sebelum kita tamat, jangan lupa hang up kita punya minta tolong hang up Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okey, cikgu yang dah ni boleh hang up